Hello everyone and welcome back to Tony's Kitchen. Today we're going to prepare something really simple. My goal to doing these cooking segments is to show you how fun and easy and quick cooking can be. Even when you think you can't cook at all, there's something that you can perfect. Today's presentation will be eggplant parmesan. Stay tuned and I'll take you through the process. Welcome back. Okay. The first step is preparation of your eggplant. Cutting your eggplant. I tend not to like to cut the skin off because I like the skin. Many people, when they prepare the eggplant parmesan, they will skin the eggplant first. All right, so we cut the eggplant into circular patterns. We lightly sprinkle salt onto it to bring out the moisture. You don't want your eggplant to be soggy inside, okay? So after we've cut our eggplant, after we've laid it out on a sanitary platform, we then begin to salt. I love kosher salt. Please, if you have that thing of salt in your house with the blue covering and the umbrella, throw it out. It's no good for you. Kosher salt is the best thing for you. Pink Himalayan salt is also great too, with an extra added profile. So we've cut everything out. We then take the eggplant, we lightly flour it, as such, taking off any residual flour. Okay, I previously worked on one. Now, I'm cooking for myself, so normally if I were cooking for other people, I'd have on gloves. But this is a rainy Saturday night, and it's a meal for one. Well, for me and Grace. So after we've lightly egg washed it, we then place it into the breadcrumb, making sure that it's heavily and evenly breadcrumb. Okay? Then I put it on my side dish as I prepare the rest of the eggplant to be placed and sauteed. Okay? Stay tuned and I'll show you the next process. Okay, now the breading process is complete. I'm just waiting for the oil to heat up, and then I can do the process of sauteing the eggplant. Note to self, or note to you, this breading process can be very messy, but I've always been somewhat of a messy cook. That's when I get my best results. Although my mom hates it when I cook in her kitchen because I always make a mess. But I always clean it up as well. Okay, so after you've floured, egged, and then breadcrumbed your eggplant, what I like to do is I like to add a little extra seasoning. I like to go for that maximum flavorful flavor. It's always something very important to me is to season my food. When you go to some people's houses and the food tastes bland, but you don't say anything out of respect, well, you'll never have that problem in Tony's kitchen. Sounds like my oil is heating up. I'm going to show you the next step, which would be sauteing the eggplant itself. Stay tuned. I'll be right back. Okay, the eggplant is now in. Doesn't take very long to brown at all because you have a final cooking step of when you place it in the oven to finish it from baking with your tomato sauces and cheese. I put just a little extra oil in it because the oil tends to dry out because the eggplant tends to absorb the oil very quickly. Okay? Once that's brown, I'll show you the end product. Hello. So the sauteed eggplant is complete. And here it is. Lovely golden brown eggplant. Cook just enough so that it softens up in the middle because as I mentioned previously, we will finish the remaining cooking in the oven with the sauce and the yummy cheese. Okay? So, next step is creating the sauce. I always like to tell my viewers, it doesn't take a lot of money, it doesn't take a lot of time, and it can still taste good. For the sake of the sauce, we're not going to make a homemade sauce. we're going to use it right out of the jar. But we're going to dock it up a little bit, starting with some celery, peppers, and onions, which have been diced ahead of time. Some shallots, smell that oniony flavor, and some garlic, which is chopped ahead of time. All right? This is to make the segment go a little bit quicker without all the interruption and the gaps. So, as I previously mentioned, I like to season my food adequately. As all of you may know by now, I love Mrs. Dash. Some salt and pepper, some Italian seasoning, and McCormick, yes, you should be giving me some money because of this, because all I use are your products, for the most part. And I spice it up just a little bit with a little chili powder, just to give it that kick. I also add the same seasonings to the sauce, okay? Although it comes from a jar, it doesn't have to taste like it. We can up the ante by highlighting the flavor profiled and getting the job done. No one will ever know the difference. After all, meals on a budget. Let's get to cooking that sauce. Be right back. Thanks for tuning in. Okay, now that we have that holy trinity of celery, peppers, and onions cooking, next up we're going to add the diced shallots and the diced garlic. Holy trinity being the foundation of most of Louisiana cooking. It's been used for years, and it really adds a distinct, oniony, earthy flavor profile to any meal that you might cook. That's just about done, so now what we're going to do is we're going to add in the shallots and the garlic. Stir that up a little bit. Okay, I have a tripod coming in soon so that I won't have to do this handheld stuff. But the process will be complete in just a moment. We'll saute this off. We'll then add in some sauce. We'll allow that to simmer a little bit. And then the last and final step would be the casserole dish, sauce, eggplant, sauce, and then all of that yummy cheese. Stay tuned. Can you smell it? Smells divine in here. I'm sure my neighbors are asking, what is he cooking this time? Okay, the eggplant is complete, and now the sauce is simmering. We're going to let that simmer for a little while. I sort of docked it up a little bit with the Italian seasoning, a little chili peppers, and a little honey. The honey takes the acidity away from the tomatoes. Okay, next up, we'll be placing the dish into the casserole so that we can finish the final step. Okay, we've created the layered look using a little bit of sauce on the bottom of the pan, eggplant, a little more sauce, a little more eggplant, and a little more sauce. Then we just finish it off with some shredded cheese. It's a combination of 5 cheeses. It's an Italian blend. We're just going to coat that really nicely. And then we're going to bake. And then once it comes out of the oven, we're going to lightly shave on some Pecorino Romano cheese. That's just my personal flavor. Not necessary, but that's just my personal flavor. All right? We're going to bake that off for about 15 to 20 minutes. We'll take it out. I'll put the shaved Pecorino Romano cheese. I'll brown it, and then I'll show you the finished product. Be right back. And the meal is complete. Ladies and gentlemen, I give unto you eggplant, parmigiano. Well, I'm not from Italy, but I do a very good job at creating Italian dishes, such as this. I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in. I thank you for your messages. I thank you for your support. Stay safe out there, okay? And just in case you really didn't get a good look at it, there we go. Mamma mia. Talk to you later. Stay safe, okay? Until we meet again, peace and blessings from Tony's Kitchen.